Hello everyone, Ceia here. So today I'm gonna talk about Florence and how she's gonna fit in your Hydro team and everything. Yeah. So that's gonna be the thing I'm gonna talk about. But first, look at this swimsuit. Wait, what the fuck? Did they just remove her smiling face again? I'm gonna kill someone in Mika. Jesus Christ, what? Fuck, they removed it again. Anyway, this swimsuit is amazing. Yep. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about Florence. Here she is. So, Florence, as you guys may or may not know, she is a Hydro support and she has a similar kit to her Neural Cloud counterpart, whereby you can consume some HP to increase damage. Yeah. So that's the thing. So this thing basically takes 20% of initial max HP to improve both damage dealt as well as hydro damage dealt with a maximum of 20%. So how this thing works is that you need characters with multiple actions, because this thing ends at the end of the end of the round, meaning that it will end once your whole round is over, the allied round is over. So you want to put this on dolls like Tololo, dolls like Nikketa. Heck, you can put this on Florence's freaking bear as well if you want to. So 20% at a maximum of 20% damage dealt and 20% hydro damage dealt. So once you put this onto an ally, you pretty much can get about 10% of each, and once the first action ends, it will be at the maximum of 20% of each. Yeah, that's how this character works. She also has a bear as a summon. It deals okay damage, mostly from counter attacks. Yeah, let me just talk about her dupes really quick. So priority for her is dupe 0. If you like her, dupe 1. Dupe 1 allows the bear to do 2 more counts of counter attack, as well as the consumption of the Confectance Index is also reduced by 1 point. This means that the rotation would be a lot more smoother. Like right now, at Dupe 0, you would need to refresh the ultimate every other turn, meaning that you do one skill 3, you resummon the bear, you do one skill 3, skill 2, you resummon the bear, so on and so forth. But when you have Dupe 1, you get one more round of breathing room, meaning that you can do 2 rounds of skill 2 and then refresh the bear, meaning that you would have higher uptime of that buff. Well, it's up to you whether you want that. It's not a big deal. Dupe 2 is a little bit more hydro damage dealt from the debuff that she inflicts, so I don't really care about that. Dupe 3 is increases the skill 2 buff by 1 round. So this will last 2 rounds, meaning that you can buff 2 allies at a time before you refresh. At Dupe 1 and Dupe 2, it only lasts for 1 round, meaning that once you put it on an ally, it only lasts for that round. Then after that, you need to keep refreshing it. So you can only buff 1 ally with this before Dupe 3. Dupe 3 allows you to do it to 2 characters at a time if you want to. So you can buff Tololo, then you buff Nikketa, then you have to refresh your ultimate afterwards at turn 3. Then you buff Tololo and Nikketa again. That's how it kind of works. So up to you whether you wanna go up to Dupe 3. I wouldn't. If you wanna go up to Dupe 3, I wouldn't stop here. I would go all the way to Dupe 6. So her character is probably Dupe 0, followed by Dupe 1, followed by Dupe 6. After you get her to Dupe 6, then you pull for the signature weapon. So she is gonna be an expensive character if you want her to do DPS, that is, because at Dupe 6, the bear does a heck of a lot of damage. I will see whether I can borrow Dupe 6 Florence to demo in the Gunsmoke Frontline in a few days. We'll see. I'll see whether I can grab one. So why this is broken? Okay, so the bear would have an additional increase of 35% of attack, and the counter attacks damage multiplier is doubled. It's doubled. It's quite a bit, man. So having a damage multiplier being doubled, kind of nuts. So I think there's also people that mention that this skill fixed key 6 could be interesting. Unfortunately, since it's only lasting that buff only lasts for 1 round and is already at maximum after end of one action, this is not gonna be useful at all. Because if the buff lasts for 2 rounds, if you only have 1 person to buff, then this could work. Unfortunately, I don't think so. So yeah, that's the thing. Sorry, pardon me. Okay, so for team composition wise, you're probably still looking at something like this. Springfield for your buffs and your overheal. Then you can bring Tololo, Nikketa for your DPS, and Florence if you want, and Sabrina for more counter attack, because why not? If you don't want to bring Sabrina, you can bring Zhao Hui as well. Zhao Hui is always an option here. If you have her and you raised her and you want to use her, it's up to you. If I don't have it, I'm not going to bring her here because I don't want to use her. So if you have a Dupe 6 Florence, I wouldn't... this would be a question mark for Springfield, because Springfield would have 3 potential targets to buff. She can either buff Tololo, Nikketa, or Florence's bear. Believe it or not, Florence's bear is a valid target due to the counter attack gimmick that she has. So I would actually not do pure Hydro. I would actually do either Hydro / fire, or Hydro / physical, or even Hydro / corrosion. Then I'll opt out to either take out Tololo or Nikketa to bring in Florence V6 if you have her at V6, that is. I'm probably gonna try that tomorrow, but I'm not too sure yet. I am not too sure of the composition I want to go yet, but that's an option I'm thinking about. Sorry about that. Let's do something real quick here. To show you guys what I mean by her rotation. So yeah. So it's pretty much mandatory to bring the +3 Confactor's Index key, because even though she should start at 6, she actually starts at 3 because she summons the stupid ass bear. So yeah. Rotation wise, pretty simple. You start off Springfield, buff everybody, overheal, heal 2, if you have Nikketa, summon Bog, then from here you pretty much just put this on whoever you want. I will put this on Tololo here. So you can see it immediately eats up 20% of her max HP, and it gives her 10% more hydro damage dealt from here. So once she does this, this will become, oh yeah, this won't be accurate, but pretty much she gets her maximum stack after end of one action. So, yeah. So this, you can see the counter attack meme from the bear. So it does, if I'm not wrong, it does 2 counter attacks at the Dupe 0. It will do 4 counter attacks at Dupe 1, meaning that it can get the passive up immediately, right? No, sorry, it needs to go, I think it needs to go for one more. Yeah, I think it needs one more turn to get it, so that's the thing. Okay, so same logic here. So here's the issue, right? She's out of Effectiveness Index, so you need to resummon the bear every other turn. So now, either Tololo or Nikketa has the buff. He has a 1 turn downtime because of the requirement to summon the bear. So you'll probably only be looking at a 50% uptime for the skill 2 buff. And from here, then I can buff someone again, you know? So let me just show you the example here again. So now it's 93.1 hydro damage dealt. So if I hook her with skill 2, it will be 103. So yeah, that's how it is. But the thing is, she doesn't do anything after that. If she had another attack here, she would be at 113. Yeah, then that's the maximum she can go. That's how this thing works. I will get Tololo, but just wanted to, you know, show you guys how it works. So yeah, that's pretty much how this guy works. Yep. So now 0 Confectants again, meaning that I need to resummon the bear. Yep. Should have done the Springfield ultimate first, but whatever. But yeah, you can see how often this bear counter attacks. So because once it's summoned, it does one attack. Then if you have Dupe 1, it does 2 more, so it does a total of 4 plus 1, sorry, 5. So if it's 5 attacks, you will get the bear. Once it's resummoned, you'll get this attack buff back or something. So that's why Dupe 1 has that quite a bit of a damage increase from Florence herself. So I think that's where it came from. This is interesting. For people that want to pursue Hydro team, you guys have one more toy to play with, I guess. Yeah, you can see the counter attack potential, the bird, the bear, and Nikketa. Same thing. Ult again. By the way, since my Nikketa here is Dupe 0, she has to resummon the dog every other turn. It's the same issue. Florence has the same issue as Nikketa, whereby you need Dupe 1 to get a better damage rotation, or better rotation in general. You're wasting every other turn to resummon the summon just because you have no other option than Dupe 0. That's how they designed the Hydro units with summons, from what I noticed. So yeah, if you want to invest in Hydro a little bit, then you kind of want to get it at Dupe 1. For Springfield, it will be Dupe 2 minimum to allow Springfield to buff 2 units at once. Yeah, I could even buff the bear if I wanted to. As an example. Heck, Florence could even buff the bear with a skill 2 if you want to. It's doable. Whether you want to or not is another question. He does more damage. It's an interesting concept. Now that I think about it, you can give the bear just Springfield buff to do more Hydro damage. But yeah, that's the team. That's the funny team. Yeah, that's about it really. Oh, one more thing. They recently added PVA, peak value assessment. They added the same system as the bi-weekly drills. You can do a difficulty selection now. And yeah, they start at level 70. So enemies start at level 70. We can buff their stuff to make buff the stats to make the fight more difficult. There's 3 stages every 2 weeks. don't worry, the normal difficulty one is still here. This is the EX difficulty, the harder difficulty. And the thing is, it rotates along with the current bi-weekly. So like the current big value assessment resets in 13 days, 14 days. This one resets in 7. So every 7 days you have new content. That's very nice. Then you could even visit past inverse cipher and simulation exercises if you want to. If you didn't do them, you could do them, but they don't give gems, unfortunately. They just give combat reports and shit. But yeah, that's the thing for this one. As for past events, we only have War here. The rest are dumped in main campaign. We're missing Springfield's event here as well, so yeah. Deep Oblivion is here, chapter 11 and 12. Yes. Let me get her ass out of your face real quick. Where am I gonna go? Shit. Where am I going? Oh, fuck. What do I want to talk about again? Fuck. Well, amazing video, isn't it? Shoot. Oh, I remember now. Fuck. Yeah. EX mode. So now in story events, there is a higher difficulty now. We call it EX mode. The same thing that we call back in Java 1, meaning that it's a higher difficulty. It's optional. You don't have to do it, but if you want a challenge, you can do it. As for the buffs here, so they've recently buffed the EX mode again because it's too easy. Yeah, now it's buffed. So in the normal story as well as the challenge mode, the enemies will get buffed and your allies will get debuffed. So we have even tougher traits this time around. So let me just describe to you what's happening here. So on the allied side, number one, at the end of the action, the allies will take 15%. Sorry, fixed damage equals to 15% of max HP. If there are no allies within 2 tiles, then they will take an additional fixed damage equals to 20% of max HP. So, yikes, 35% max HP off the bat for every action. If you have Tololo or whoever that multi-action, she's gonna eat a lot of damage. 15% per action. Imagine putting Springfield SSQ2 on it. She'll eat 45% max HP every freaking turn. Every freaking action. So it's something. Number 2. So at the start of a turn, gain this thing. This thing is named Chain Break. So what Chain Break does? So attack is reduced by 80%. 80. This effect will only be nullified if you after dealing targeted damage with an active attack. So meaning that your dolls need to use active attacks that does targeted damage to nullify this 80% attack debuff. So this is a hard nerf to Kukai. Kukai is gonna be fucking useless here. Yeah. Your Kukai vroom vroom? No vroom vroom. This you have to kill stuff one by one. But that's not all. Enemies get buffs as well. So for the enemies, for every ally, okay, in enemy context they are ally. For every ally in the enemy side that are dead, you restore 20% of max HP, as well as gain 1 stack of this thing. This is called Razor's Edge or Razor Edge. So for every stack, they will be able to do stability damage dealt is increased by 1 point. Attack is increased by 20%. Maximum of 10 stacks. So they can so when there are more enemies that die, they get more and more and more powerful. Up to 200% attack. Whoa. So you can't kill mobs around the boss before you kill the boss anymore. You want to kill the boss first. A boss unit having 200% attack is gonna be nuts. That's number one. Number two, increases the attack, defense, and max HP. Sorry, attack, defense, max HP, and stability by 100%. As if this 200% is not enough, we get another 100% here. So the enemies are gonna hit hard. They are not gonna die easily. They're not gonna get one shot anymore. Your AoEs don't work, so no Klukai. And you need to do one instance of targeted damage before you deal max damage. So yeah. By the way, all of Klukai's skills are AoE damage. She is basically banned from this. Fun. I've not done this mode yet, but I've heard of many stories from other players. The current new PvA as well as this EX mode will kick your ass if you're just rushing blindly. So hooray to us that want difficulty in our game. Thank God. Anyway, like I said, this is optional. I just switched it off. This is optional. You can go back to baby mode if you want to, but now we have the true difficulty to increase the enemy levels to your commander level, as well as all the buffs with them. So yeah, I hope you guys will get this difficulty spike soon. Really, I hope you guys will get it soon, because the global servers don't have any difficulty right now, unfortunately. Oh, by the way, don't worry. The farming mode does not have this difficulty spike. So it's just the main story and the challenge mode. Alright. I think that's about it with the update. Sorry. That's about it with this update thingy. I'm also a big fan of this skin, if you haven't noticed yet. So yeah. This thing's a curtain. You can see here, freaking underboot. This thing's another curtain. So you can put two curtains with each other. Also Commander's jacket. Okay. I like this one the best. Okay. Thanks for sticking around and listen to me yup for like half an hour. Holy shit. All right. I'll come back to you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow. In a few days to get the Gunsmoke Frontline preview showcase thingy. Like I said, I'll try to get a Dupe 6 Florence to showcase. And yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.